showed up for Nihon Machi Festival here in San Francisco. So I'll show you around the booth real quick. Okay, I gotta go pee so bad. I'm gonna go take a break. That's a honeycomb latte from Gina Bakery, so we're set to go. Saturday, August 3rd, and we are all set up for Nihon Machi Street Festival in Japantown, San Francisco. I think it's like 11:30-ish. I just finished running around. First, I got some coffee from Gina Bakery because I wanted to go there before it got busy. I also wanted to get Terry burgers before it got busy. The line at 11:23 was already so long, so I was like, I know I need to grab one now. I've never had one from here, so I don't even know if they're good, but I mean, I feel like you can't really go wrong with a Terry burger. These are amazing. I used to eat these all the time in Hawaii. One for you. You want it now? Everything's working out pretty good so far. I'm trying to think of anything noteworthy. Lots of familiar faces at this event. There's so much going on. Oh, also the Pagoda Plaza, which is like the centerpiece of Japantown, is currently under construction. So a lot of people were worried whether or not that would deter people from coming. But based on the crowds I just saw out there, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I've heard this festival is pretty good. It's not anything close to like Cherry Blossom Festival, but I think that's understandable. We've had a few hiccups along the way, mostly just because I'm just tired. Forgotten a few things. I forgot my poster catalog, so I just had to hang up a regular poster for display with a sign that I have more available. Oh, I don't have very many paper bags, but given my track record, I think we have just enough for today, unless today's event kind of like blows my expectations out of the water, which I don't think it will. I've yet to do an event that blows my expectations away so much to the point where like I'm not prepared inventory wise. I think we'll be set on that. I think that's it for now. I'm gonna eat my Terry burger and then I will try to get as much footage of this festival as possible. Oh, it's also 2 days, so not just today, but it's also tomorrow. Although I do think we're gonna have to do like a full teardown setup both days, which that's stressing me out a little bit, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's about 2 o'clock. I've been around shopping, as you saw in the vlog. Stopped by to say hi to Vivian. I checked out a little bit of Mini Art Mart, saw some familiar faces, but overall, I did spend a lot of money at 626 last weekend, so I'm trying to be good at spending this week and just enjoy my time instead of having to buy stuff to enjoy my time. So far, the event has been pretty solid. It is slow and the transactions are on the lower side, but the average is like crazy. Like I feel like we've basically only sold apparel and in multiples, maybe like 1-2 sticker orders so far. My neighbor, who she's done this show before, she said it feels a little bit slower today, But if there's anything I'm learning, it's that slow doesn't always mean not successful. It just means there's potential for it to be better, which I always see that as like, if it can get better, that's a good thing. So overall, we're doing pretty good. I think Cody's gonna leave me to go shop for some fish around in the local stores, and I'll hold down the fort. Again, like, sales are good, but it's not crazy busy, so I can definitely do it by myself. I'll keep you guys updated.
I read the mirror.
Oh, is that cute?
It made me giggle.
Did you want a bag for it?
Yes.
Yeah. Here. Give you a bag with my business card, and then you can just put the stickers in there. Yeah, thank you for buying with us. Card or Venmo?
Card, please.
Yeah, no problem. Let me ring that up for you. So the two shirts will be $53.62. And then it'll ask you if you want a receipt or not. And then I also included washing instructions in here. People are very talkative and very nice at this event. Lots of friendly customers. So something that has become increasingly more important to me with every event that I do is my comfort, making sure that I'm comfortable. But also, as someone who sells apparel with like a certain aesthetic, I want to come across as like fashionable too. And so what I've been doing is I've been buying athleisure apparel from Clara, which is actually where this shirt is from. It's like a crop top, but it's made of like athletic apparel material. So like if I wanted to go work out or like play volleyball in this, it would be great for that. It even comes with like a built-in bra, so it's been great. And then also I'm gonna do something weird. You guys ready? I've been rocking these. These are my Crocs. My neighbor at SJ Summer Fair was wearing these, and they look so cute on her, and she said they were so comfortable, and she wore them for both days. She had like a black pair and a white pair, and she wore them both days and set up and tore down in it. So I was like, oh, I need those for events. And so far they've been like the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn for an event. More comfortable than anything that I have. Honestly, even more comfortable than like regular Crocs because they're really thick and cushy. It's just like, at the end of the day though, they are platforms. So, you know, I am working in heels. They're the most comfortable heels I've ever worn, but they're still heels. So if you have a hard time balancing, that might not be the best for you. But highly recommend athleisure apparel. And if you specifically still want to be stylish, like in the way that I'm concerned about, Clara is great for activewear apparel. And then Crocs have been really good. And Crocs have like so many different shoe options. You can still wear Crocs without looking like you're wearing Crocs. You know what I mean? Yay! It's 5:07. We've got an hour until day one is over, and then we have to tear down, unfortunately, completely. Not gonna leave this, even just the canopy here on the streets of San Francisco, because it is not sectioned off. If there were security guards, I just don't want to like come back and then find like some random person sleeping in my canopy. That doesn't sound like fun. So we have to tear it down completely, and then we need to set it up all over again tomorrow. Sales have been pretty good though, so I'm going to think of it as just like two separate events. I just need to set up for another event the next day. Otherwise, I'm just going to throw a fit and get really cranky. But it's okay. It was a really solid Saturday. Pretty happy with what we did today. If we could do the same thing tomorrow, even better, I'd be really happy. Very, very happy with this event. Looks like it's on track to be about the same as SJ Made Fest. But yeah, one more hour.
Have any?
I can have some.
It's mine.
I'm taking some.
You can get your own.
Greedy.
They're not good.
You suck.
It doesn't taste, you don't like it.
It's the end of day 2, about 7 p.m. It only took us like an hour to tear down, which is pretty surprising. We normally like fold my apparel. I legitimately just grabbed it and I just threw it in suitcases, so that's probably why it didn't take quite so long. But we will need to reset up all over again tomorrow. There's a lot of vendors, actually more vendors than not, are leaving their, at the very least, their canopies here. But I used to live in this city. I don't trust it. Cody will not be with us tomorrow, as is our typical Sunday routine. My dad will be coming with us. It was a really good day. This time I checked in, it was a good day. It was solid. But literally, as we started packing up, people were like, oh, she's packing up. Let's buy some more things. And I have a really hard time turning down sales, and I genuinely don't want to. So I'm like, yeah, as long as you don't mind that I'm tearing down, I don't mind that you're still shopping. So we made like a couple $100 in like the last 5 or 10 minutes. So I have yet to actually look at the sales. I'll look at that, and then I'll probably update you guys some more in the recap. But it's a great day. Now we're just hungry. I've got like, so I'll have one more onigiri. Oh, that one, half of that one. I've still got one onigiri left, but that one is for Cody. So I don't know if he'll let me eat it or not. We'll see. These onigiris were so good. I might get more tomorrow. No other thoughts other than probably snack on this on the way home. And we're gonna grab some dinner. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling tacos. Maybe we'll get tacos from those random pop-up taco places that have been popping up around Solano. I guess this might be it. So I'll see you guys in whatever happens next. Morning. We're here for day 2 at Nihon Machi Street Festival. I just realized I haven't finished doing my makeup, so forgive me for that. But I'm gonna go do some errands. I'm gonna grab some onigiri. I'm gonna get some coffee and maybe see some friends along the way. But I finished like 30 minutes early, so I've got a lot to do. Got a Sprout, courtesy of Ollie. I'm gonna go stop by and see if she got the. See if she got the order from Squid, and then I'm also gonna pee, and then the day will get started. I'm recording you against your will. Thank you for my Sprout. Hi. Okay. Look at all the friends lined up. Friend row. All the friends. Good luck, friends. Another day, another rice ball. Yo, it is about 12 p.m. We are an hour into the event, and it has been pretty slow. Just about as slow as it was yesterday, though. So not like more or less. It is significantly cloudier today than it was yesterday. But this is kind of more standard for San Francisco than yesterday was. It's a bit rare for it to be that pretty, especially in the summer. When I lived here, like, summer gloom is real, guys. It gets so cloudy and like dark around here. The ideal time, okay, we're getting off topic, but since we're on it, the ideal time to come visit San Francisco is the fall time. It can reach up to sometimes the 80s, and then the beaches are actually like nice enough to tan on. Still never warm enough to swim in unless you're like crazy, but you can lay on the beach in your bikini and get a good tan during the fall time. I think I just scared off some customers vlogging. I do expect today to be good. I don't expect it to be better than yesterday. Very rarely is a Sunday better than a Saturday, and I don't think it would be fair to expect that. I'm good on snacks. Got a lot of onigiri. Got my coffee. I'm set. I'm probably just gonna, I don't know, either doodle in like my sales notebook or doom scroll. Either one sounds like a great plan. I'm cold and I have to poop. Guys, we found the secret restroom. We're beneath the tea room behind us. Look. It's a bidet. It's so fancy. I'm gonna use this. 2 p.m. check-in. It is picking up, but it is definitely slower than yesterday, at least when I look at my sales compared to yesterday. But like I've mentioned before, I don't think it's fair to compare Sundays to Saturdays. But yeah, there's been, like you saw in the last clip, there's been so many cute poppers. I love San Francisco just for the dog culture, honestly. Even on a slower day, we managed to sell out of the Slayer Girl postcard. I'll probably, you know what? Probably just scoot these over like that. Yeah. Whenever I put Slayer Girl on, she sells well, you know. Hey, what are you doing here? Go back. I wanted to talk something really interesting I've noticed about my sticker inventory is that different effects can cause the same design to sell differently. So a lot of you guys notice my stickers have really special effects on them. I think the most common one I have is like this gold foil. I'll include a picture of it. It's really pretty. A lot of my stickers sell well when I put that on that, but I like to test out other special effects too. And a popular one is like holographic. So I have, and for my large stickers, I have my red dragon on a holographic background, and he used to be a matte mirror, so that means like the soft to touch velvet and like a really subtle mirror effect, and it like never moved, it like never sold. I replaced it with this holographic, and this is one of my best selling stickers this weekend. That's wild to me. So like if you guys have a sticker design that you really believe in, you really like it, like the way I felt about this dragon, I would recommend just try out a different effect, and you have no idea how differently it'll sell. The queen. I brought my mirror to her. We're in the last 10 minutes. It's 5:50, and just like yesterday, lots of people are shopping with me as soon as they see me start my soft tear down. I'm not complaining at all. I will gladly make a sale while I'm tearing down, as long as you guys don't mind that I'm tearing down. It's mutually beneficial. I do have like someone requested a large shirt. They're gonna come for it. Someone else tried to make a purchase while I was in the restroom. My dad held on to it for them. But yeah, so I should make a few more sales. We still got 10 more minutes. And that's it. We are all done with Nihon Machi. It looks like it's going to start raining soon. So my dad's getting the car, and I will see you guys in the recap. Welcome to the recap and review portion of the video, where we recap and review the event that you just watched. Nihon Machi Street Festival was a 2-day event hosted outdoors in Japantown, San Francisco. While this event isn't quite as large as the Cherry Blossom Festival event, I did attend it just for fun last year with some friends. It seemed busy enough to tempt me to come along. So when I got accepted, I very happily joined the event, and I'm really glad that I did. This did take place August 3rd through the 4th. It was 2 days. And because it was on the street, we did have to tear down both days and set up both days. So I am very tired. It's only Monday after the event. I stayed in bed till 12. I honestly did not stay in bed long enough. I wish I could go back right now. Let's talk expenses for this event. The booth cost $375, which for a 2-day event with pretty good traffic, I find this to be more than fair of a price, especially considering that I've paid like $500 for like SJ main events and made half as much as I did at this event. So I'm very happy with the booth fee price. Parking on Saturday was $22. We were able to park on the street because we got there early enough, and the truck was too big for the garage, but it worked out because the garage is actually more expensive. So we saved a little bit on that. Sunday, I believe parking is free on Sundays in San Francisco. That's what I remember from living there, but my dad parked the truck, so I'm not entirely sure. So we're just gonna say parking cost about $22, give or take. And card fees were $49.51. So I ended up spending to sell at Nihon Machi Street Festival about $468.51, which, like I've said before, I feel like that's pretty fair. I've spent way more and made way less. So Saturday by far was the best day. And then Sunday I made about 2/3 as much as what I made on Saturday, which by the end of the day, I was very happy with that because it started so slow. Like about 3 in the afternoon, I like wasn't sure if we were going to hit my minimum for a single day, but then by the end of the day we did that and then some. So I was pretty happy. Average purchase was on the higher side, even higher than 626, which I just did last weekend, about $5 more. And when I was going through my sales log, I sold basically shirts. That's about all that I sold this weekend. There were like a few stickers, and if they were stickers, a lot of people bought the large stickers, which are a lot more expensive. So like purchases were on the really high side. And when people bought apparel, they bought it in pairs of 2 or more. So it was a really good weekend for large purchases and for apparel. There were a lot of interesting people at this event. And when I say interesting, I'm talking all over the spectrum. I had some really great customers. Honestly, more customers were fantastic than not. Very kind, a lot of people recognizing me from 626, a lot of praise for my work, which is so kind. Thank you guys for sharing that and just being so supportive. Had a lot of hagglers, which I know of a lot of artists who get offended by hagglers. I don't get offended, but I am kind of like I think that's really silly. I don't have trouble selling my apparel, which is what they're trying to haggle me for. If they don't buy it, someone else is going to. So I'm like, it sounds arrogant, but I'm like, I don't necessarily need your sale. Someone else will come along and buy it. I can barely keep these in stock. So I don't know how to communicate that to customers other than just like, no, I'm not gonna, I already offer a really great deal. One of these shirts is $30. You can get 2 of them for $50 if you buy in person. So I don't see the need to succumb to any haggling. There were a lot more people haggling than I'm used to. And I was just like, no, thank you. Do you still want to purchase? And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay. Again, these were very few in comparison to how many good interactions I had, but I had a few like awkward, uncomfortable, and then just like flat out annoying interactions. There was another vendor who was hawking for sales, which is when you stand outside of your booth and you yell at people that you're selling stuff. So like stickers for 50 cents or like blah, blah, blah. That's not, it's 2024. We don't do that. That's like business of like the 1920s, not the 2020s. They did end up stopping like 10 minutes into it. In addition to the vendor, I think there were only like 2 customer interactions that made me feel uncomfortable. And it wasn't like, sounds terrible. It wasn't anything super different from usual. It's just, you know, I'm a woman and men like to make women feel uncomfortable kind of a thing. So that was annoying. As for the organization of the event, leading up to it, emails were a little confusing. When the communication leading up to the event is kind of like iffy, it makes you nervous for what's actually going to happen. But then when we showed up day of on Saturday, they had a very good system for like cars pulling in, loading out, driving out, very organized. And I didn't have any issues with organization past emails. That being said, I do have mutuals and even my neighbor, they rented canopies. And I think once you had to like talk to them more, once you had to rent stuff from them, things became more complicated. So I think like limiting as much as you need from them was kind of the key to make this a smooth weekend for you, because I didn't rent anything from them and it was very smooth. But anyone who did rent from them had a few hiccups, and I'm just glad I got my own canopy. Vendors who had done Nihon Machi Street Festival in previous years said that this year was very slow in comparison, which is honestly just something I keep hearing about every event, that every event is slower than it's been before. But because I'm still somewhat new and a lot of these events I'm doing for the first time, like to me this is good. If this is bad, I would love to see great. Like I would love to see busy. This weekend ended up being a very solid week, a very more than solid weekend for us. We ended up doing about the same as SJ Made Fest, and we paid significantly less than we did for that event. So again, I'm happy, I'm very satisfied, and I would absolutely love to come back for next year if they'll have me. And in addition to that, I just freaking love Japantown, like freaking love it. I will take any excuse to go there. Let's go right now, Cody, let's go. My question for you guys this week is, have you ever been to Japantown? Have you been to the San Francisco one? Maybe you've been to one in a different city or different state. Maybe you've been to one that's not an official Japantown, but they're kind of trying to channel that like little Tokyo vibes. I love Japantowns. It's just like a little weeb's hearts and dreams come true in an American city. So let me know about your experience there and if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this vlog, be sure to like and subscribe. I come out with videos like this every Friday, and the next vlog you can expect from me, we're going to Foodieland San Jose, which is kind of a big deal for me because last year it was like my best event by freaking far, and I have recently since then beat it, but I would love to beat my best event ever again. So I'm really hoping that we do it. I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself, but at the same time, I can't really help it. That's just my personality. I hope you'll be there for that, either in person or virtually along here on YouTube. Then after that, we've got back-to-back conventions. I'm doing Sacanime Summer, Honolulu Comic-Con, and Lodi Comic-Con. And in between those vlogs, you can also expect a fun little vlog about the North Side Collective. And if you're wondering what that is, check out my Instagram or just make sure you're subscribed and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a future vlog. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video and for being here, and especially those of you who come back every week and have followed along with my journey the past year as I've been more consistent with these vlogs. I'm just really humbled and I'm so privileged that people actually watch my videos. So thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next week as we go to Foodieland San Jose. Bye. Do you guys like my new shirt? Let me show you the back. This is one of the new shirts that is going to be in the shop update. I think that's already happened actually by the time I post this. I'm doing a photo shoot with my friend Tyler. She's a great local photographer if you're looking for one in Solano. And I'm really excited. It's why I have space buns. I'm trying a little bit harder to be pretty today. Can you tell?